I guess we should get on topic now, considering we've gone all over the place now.
No, it's like we went from one thing to the next.
Okay, so we were talking about games, but I guess what is your favorite go-to game for when you're stressed out? Like, what do you feel like just playing when, like, you know, you just don't feel like you're gonna do something horrible if you don't play games or something, or you just feel like you don't feel good?
So once upon a time, it would have been a Zelda game, or even like Animal Crossing. I like to go to relax a lot. Animal Crossing's a lot of fun, but now after like working at Disney, it ended up being Overwatch, which is really weird to say because like if you know like what Overwatch is, it's like a whole like competitive like thing going on, and like I don't know, there's something about playing it and like just actually going through a game that was like really relaxing and helped me like blow off steam. It was just like it's a lot of fun. I don't know. I really love Overwatch.
I've never personally got into Overwatch. I remember when it first released. I know there was a counterpart game people like to compare it to, TF2. I played a lot of that.
I love TF2.
Yeah, it's great. I know both games, they have a lot of expressive characters. I know it's on Switch now, Overwatch, which is something that TF2 can't say because Steam likes to have, or Valve, this exclusivity of just like, you know, Nintendo has low-powered stuff, but they have innovative stuff, you know, Xbox and PlayStation. I think the last time Valve released something on a console was their own console, and that didn't even go well for them.
Oh my god, I remember that.
The Steam machine. Oh, I'm glad somebody else remembers that. I was gonna get that, but it was like too expensive. You might as well just buy a computer at that point.
I was like, nah, I'm just gonna play on PC. Thanks.
Right. Then they also had the Steam controller. I was gonna get one of those, but apparently they're making a second one, I hear.
Characters are like so different, and then like there's also characters that are kind of similar. So like Rick and Mercy, I would say, are kind of similar. Since like they literally both have those streams of healing, and they both have like their own gun and stuff like that. They're like very similar, but they're also healers that are completely different, like Zenyatta. Zenyatta is so different than like anything in TF2. I love Zenyatta. He's my favorite. I main Zenyatta. I play a lot of Zenyatta.
How many hours do you think you've put into that game?
Don't know, but I know that with Zenyatta himself, I think I have over, like, in regular game, over 24, like, probably over, like, hours now. Hold on, I can check. I know.
Well, I'm glad you answered that question. I mean, I know, generally shooters, I used to play TF2 a lot when I was stressed, and it was kind of like an addiction. You kind of play stressed out games, and you kind of end up like playing it all day then. But that's good, though, because you got to vent your anger somewhere.
Yeah, it's honestly really, like, better than, like, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just being frustrated.
Right.
Like, yeah, a lot of the time, I will, like, go to play TF2. I mean, not TF2. Overwatch. I miss TF2. I've been wanting to go back to it, but I haven't yet. I was really good at it back in the day. Don't know if I am anymore.
I used to be... I main spy, and I like to use soldier whenever possible and medic someone.
I've rarely seen a spy main. I was a pyro main.
Oh,
so we are natural enemies, Steel.
Yeah.
We're enemies!
I mean, I'm kind of one of those people that play sniper and spy quite a bit, but then I played, really, I think my least favorite class has to be probably scout, just because, like, it's so hard to, like, control to me. I don't know why.
Everyone's always like, Scout's so fun, Scout's so great. I'm like, I hate Scout.
It's fun to run around. That's, like, the only purpose. Definitely like to, like, if you want to get into the enemy lines, that's the class, but I feel the only good thing was, like, the Sandman and Guillotine, if you remember that combo.
Oh my gosh.
They removed that, though, like, 2017, and after that, my friend was so angry, he's like, I'm not playing this game anymore, I'm going to Overwatch.
Don't play anymore, play Overwatch, join me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's like, I used to play Pyro, and I would only play with Pyro Vision on.
Oh, that's fun.
I love Pyro Vision.
I never really used it that much. I found it gimmicky. It was always like that. They call it like the free-to-plays, you know, use the Pyrovision and the Ghastly Gibbous, I think it's called.
Yeah. I also I think I also like I have both those things. I would play free to play. But I also have the fancy fedora. It's an item that my brother bought, my older brother, and I kind of stole it from him.
Oh.
To give it back to him, but I never have.
Oh.
We kind of were like, oh, we're gonna share it. And then I ended up holding on to it and never gave it back, and I feel really bad. Oh, sorry, bro.
If you're hearing this, she's sorry.
I'm very sorry. I'll give it back to you one day, I promise.
Does he still play it?
No, he doesn't play it anymore that I know of. He plays a lot of League of Legends now. League of Legends is fun too. I like it, but like I'm just more afraid of the toxic people, and like that's kind of unfair because there are probably there's toxic people in every game, so like it's kind of unfair to the game to be like, oh, I don't play it because of toxic people, you know?
Yeah, like that's the thing about online games is I kind of stopped playing like Team Fortress 2. That was like the big online game I played like probably early 2018, just because like people get so toxic and it kind of just gets to you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember. I have a funny TF2 story now.
Well, let's hear it.
So I was playing. It had been a long time since I had gotten back to the game, and I had decided, like, this is a few years back. I decided I was gonna pick it up and play for a bit. I got back into the swing of playing Pyro. I was having a lot of fun, doing really good. This one boy decided he wanted to try and take me on, like, directly. He kept running at me.
Yeah.
And I kept killing him every single time. Like, I would win every single time. But like, by the end of the game, like, I don't use voice chat because in the TF2 community, especially back then, they were like, oh, a girl.
We're gonna get to the gamer girl thing.
Yeah, that used to irritate the heck out of me. So I wouldn't get on mic ever. So this guy's like, this bro keeps killing me, blah, blah, blah. You know, he was really mad, raging. Our team ended up winning, and I was like basically the one that like kept getting rid of him. And he was like raging at the end, and I turned on my mic and said GG. And he went crazy. He lost it.
That's great. Oh man.
I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this is the greatest moment of my life.
Wow, like my siblings personally, well, both my sisters, I got them into games, so I find that a casual thing, but I feel like a lot of people, like, they probably, if they either don't have a sister or they don't know some gamer girl, and they end up freaking out when that happens.
He like completely lost it, and like his team was making fun of him and laughing at him. Yeah.
That's great.
I was about to get off too, so like the fact that happened made me laugh so hard, and like I was just so happy after that.
Wow. Did he, like, you saying he was going after you, did he like try to challenge you to a duel?
Well, like, he just like was straight up yelling at me. He called me the B word. He was just like being stupid.
Oh.
And like I was just laughing so hard.
Oh, so he was trying to be toxic then.
Yeah, I was just like, bro, you just lost. Get over it. I'm better at the game than you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they just get so... That's how it kind of happens in online games. I feel like that's the most frustrating part, is like, you're far away from this guy that's better than you, or this girl in this case.
Yes. So funny though. Like, I was so surreal because like that never really happened to me before. Like yeah, I knew not to talk on my mic because I already knew that was an issue. But I just impulsively was like, I have to say something. And I'm so glad I did.
I know that moment of like, you just say something, even though it's kind of different considering like, you know, the girl's standpoint. Like, you just say something and then like it just drops a bomb, kind of like a mic drop, kind of.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like, honestly, I tell that story all the time to my friends, and like, it's just one of my favorite like moments on the internet, like in general.
I love that. I should have said that, like, that actually fits up with the last question, is like the most memorable experience. I would consider that.
I I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Yeah, that was. It was great.
Oh man, I've had some weird experiences in TF2. Like I like the guys who will RP. Is like there's this guy that like two guys that came on. There's Mario and Luigi. Like they named their entire name as that on Steam, and then they just were like they were doing a good job voice acting them too. And then like all of a sudden Fox comes, like look, it's Fox from Star Fox, and then like, can I join in, guys? Like sure thing, Stellar Steel.
Oh.
It was great, and you get random people. I used to be the guy on TF2, like, I don't know about you, I used to play a lot of Capture the Flag, and that's, like, I know that's, like, the like, toxic mode, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, it goes on for, like, there was a Capture the Flag game, I know, that went on for, like, 2 weeks, the longest ever on
Wow.
TF2, and people kept joining and rejoining, and just, like, the guy, I think there's somebody who didn't sleep for, like, 3 days, they just kept building sentry guns.
Oh, no.
It was insane. Eventually, I think that guy somehow, like, I think his computer crashed, and then, like, the whole thing fell apart. I heard about this. It was on stream. It was like I think it was like a little after I stopped playing the game. It was like the longest Capture the Flag game.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I haven't played Team TF2 in like early 2018, and it kind of mainly because like the toxic deal.
Yeah.
Running out of space, my PC, I need to upgrade the storage because, you know, YouTube uses a lot of videos and applications and stuff, and you only have like 22 gigabytes left.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like you know.
Yeah, but I invested a lot of money. Like for Overwatch, I used to open a lot of crates in TF2. Probably not, well, more so buy the cosmetics directly, because crates I get bad luck with those.
Yeah, that's what I like about Overwatch is like you don't have to, like, outside of like buying the game, you don't have to spend money.
Yeah.
Like you get like gold for like just playing and like having fun, and like you can use the gold to either buy like you can use it to buy the skins if you want, like whatever skin you wanted. Like the last event, I think it ended yesterday, I want to say. The anniversary event, I ended up getting a couple good skins that I really wanted because I had saved up my gold for that event specifically. During the anniversary, like all the skins are like open to buy, so it's like I want it.
Right.
We're getting good skins. Just really love getting skins for my characters.
I almost would admit, I guess I'll say this year, I probably spent about $200 in TF2, as much as I don't want to say that.
No. That sounds like a lot. I'd probably say I've probably spent around the same in League of Legends.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't want to, I'm trying not to do like, I don't want to say like, you know, pay to play games. It's more like, you know, like the cosmetic type deal. Like I know a lot of people, dare I bring up this game, Fortnite. People will buy everything in that game nowadays.
Oh my god, that I don't understand how they can do that. Like, honestly, personally, I get it for like the game I play, I guess, because it's the game I play, but like Fortnite, I don't really play it. I don't really care for it too much, so I guess that's why I don't get it.
Same thing kind of for me as well. I mean, it's a third-person shooter.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. Like it's like do you remember back in the day Minecraft Hunger Games?
Yes, I would play that a lot with friends.
Yeah, it was never my cup of tea. So like I literally just like when I saw Fortnite, I was like, well, that's basically just Minecraft Hunger Games, and it didn't really like.
You know, I can see that. Like, it's basically that's what a battle royale game. And the thing is, like, when I hear the term battle royale, like I've heard of this before. And then I started playing Mario Party with my friends. Like I'm like, wait a second, battle royale. The term came from this game first. You can't say Fortnite and Player Battlegrounds Unknown yada 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 took this.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game series that's running the ground now. Is battle royale.
Yeah, I don't really like care for those games where like only one person survives. It's like I'd rather work with a team, like have us all win. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd rather not, like, you're going against 100 people. Odds are, unless you like you're extremely devoted to the game, but then the thing is like you could have the same guy go against you. You end up losing. Most of the time for those games, I think it's more like a loss. It's kind of like, I want to compare this to gambling. Like it's kind of like there is skill involved, but it's like 100 versus one player, you know, like 90 versus, you're basically like all for yourselves, basically. Like Hunger Games I liked because I would, you're not supposed to do this, but team with friends, and I'd get in the voice chat and Skype with friends, and then like we'd team up and we'd end up winning because of the teaming.
Yeah, it's like you decide who's gonna win.
Generally, I'd be like a team of like 5 people, and then we'd somehow win, and then we'd like have the battle to death. Like sometimes I would just end up like jumping in lava or something. Like I'll let you win this because I felt like you deserved it, or that might be my friend will let me. But that's what I kind of liked, and I guess you could do the same thing with Fortnite. But like to me, it's more.
Like teams too now.
What's that?
Also have like a team mode too now, don't they?
Yeah, well, I know that's been around since the beginning, or around the beginning, but I never really you can team in Fortnite, but I have done it with friends a little bit. Last time I played that game was over 2 years ago, kind of same thing with TF2, but like, it's not, not my cup of tea, as you say.
Yeah. It's like they almost got me to pick it up with the Deadpool event. Almost.
There's a lot of partnerships. They have like Star Wars, I know, was in there as well.
The Star Wars was really cool. Yeah, the Star Wars one I heard like was really cool, and like they ended up doing this like, whole thing for like the movie and like this whole broadcast and stuff. It's like I guess technically spoilers, but not really because the movie's been out for a long time now.
Right.
But, but I didn't play during that event. I have never played in general, but like I was almost tempted to buy it, not buy it, but like play during that event. And I was super tempted in the Deadpool event because if there's one thing that everybody should know about me, it's that I really love Deadpool. I really love Wade Wilson, and I literally it's literally my favorite. Okay, like that is my favorite.
I can tell by your Twitter and seeing your experience in Discord.
Yes, my Twitter, which literally says that I'm in love with him. Because my friend also has one that says, because like his favorite character is like Rodimus from Transformers, so we both have like our stuff set up, those characters, because we love them.
That's great.
So yeah.
Well, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was going to, but then I forgot what I was gonna say. So oh well.
It's okay. Okay, probably best to move on anyways. As much as I feel bad for that, but to be honest, I think you and I were gonna talk all day. This will become like the Grandmaster. As much as I don't want to, I'm good friends with Grandmaster, but his interview was 4 hours long.
We've already hit the hour mark. So
yeah. Well, all right. Well, I guess we'll go into the part that the fans are probably only here for, and they have to find out. I will put timestamps at the very least, but like they have to, actually have some effort to find it. So how exactly did you find out about Eeveelution Squad before you got the part? I know the answer for this, but like I'm sure the fans want to know.
So, my little brother, y'all know him as Ben, Ben Elated.
Yep.
He actually, when he was, I forget how old he was, but he go and look for like fanfics, comics, all that stuff. He found Eeveelution Squad. He loves Eevees, and it's like, oh, this is really cool. He got my cousin into it for a little while. I don't think she's as into it anymore, but we were like talking about it like all the time. They made me take a quiz, like, oh, which Eeveelution from Eeveelution Squad are you? Alert, I got Crystal.
I didn't even know
didn't get Sylvia. I got Crystal.
Wow. I don't even know there was well, I don't want to say that. Like, isn't your name Crystal?
Yes.
You want me to include that? I can edit that out.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't mind if you.
Okay, but yeah, I didn't even know there was like I didn't even think about people making quizzes like which Eeveelution are you from the squad?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got Crystal. It was really funny. Yeah. So he was just kind of like into it, and I just like kind of didn't like really know too much about it. And then he found Mickey Mario 64's dub, and he just started watching that, I think, because he watches a lot of YouTube, like especially when he was younger, he would watch like all sorts of different YouTubers.
That's a mood.
So he found Mickey Mario 64's dub through some means. This is all from my point of view, so he probably has like a different version of the story entirely.
That's okay. We want to hear at least one of them.
eventually he found that dub and he loved it. He loved you guys' voice acting. He thought it was really cool. And the video went out that or like the announcement went out that they needed a new Sylvia. And he walked up to me and he's like, I think you could do this. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, listen to the voice and like listen to the character and tell me like, what do you think? I was like, well, yeah, I think I could do that voice. And he's like, go ahead, try it. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, I could definitely try. You know, and like, you should audition. And I was like, should I? I'm like, I don't know, because you know, I'm really like self-conscious, not really like huge on like putting myself out there a lot.
Right.
He was like, you should do it. And I was like, okay, you know. So I put out the audition. Honestly didn't think I was gonna get the part. I had never really like auditioned for like any other roles before, really, for anything. And next thing I know, Shiny Mimikyu was commenting on it.
Oh boy.
And she's like, oh, you sound really good. I really like the way you're doing this. You know, like, you're doing the voice really well. And I was like really shocked. And like Intervie commented too and like said that it sounded really good. That's how I met Intervie, by the way. Hi, Intervie.
Yeah, she was really close with the voice as well. But Shiny Mimikyu said it was either you or Intervie. Like, she was a runner-up.
Yeah.
But I think Shiny ended up picking you.
Yeah. So like I was like, oh well, you know, it's really cool. And I still kind of figured that like Intervie would get it, because I just, you know, I didn't know you guys as well. I just was kind of there. I was an outsider. And got the message one day that the role was cast to me. I was so shocked.
It felt
like,
good, didn't it?
Yeah, I was like so shocked and like so excited. And I didn't realize how much I had wanted the part until like got it. It's like I did want the part, but like it was like, okay, if I don't get it, it's no big deal.
Right.
Then I got cast and I was like, oh my gosh. I was so super excited. And like next thing I knew, I was in Discord with you guys, and it was just like this whole whirlwind of like everything. And then Ben was like, oh well, you gotta check out these other voice actors, this one especially, Stellar Steel. I was like, okay. So he sent me to like your stream. He sent me to like a bunch of other people's streams, and like we just kind of would chill.
Interview streams.
Yes, we were just like talking, you know. And, like I didn't really like care to tell anybody yet that like, oh, that was me. And then Ben, you know, we talked about it. I think I was like in your stream before that, but like I didn't say anything. Something, because like I think I just watched it with Ben or something.
Right.
Like that one day when he was like, oh yeah, do you want to say something? And I was like, I guess. And then like you're like, oh hey, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's just basically, like,
yeah.
History.
I'll never forget that. That was
coming.
on the Red Rescue Team stream I was doing for fun, and randomly he goes, "Oh yeah, did you know my sister is the new voice actor of Sylvia?" I'm like, Ben, are you serious? I'm like, wait a second. So this is actually funny because your story relates into mine. There's a lot of similarities between me getting casted, because before I even became a voice actor, I was just a big guy in the community where I joined in to help him out, Mickey Mario, because I felt bad for him. And then after that, you know, the casting happened, and I obviously got the role for Brian. But then I knew Ben because he knew me as like a guy who helped Mickey Mario, just because like, oh hey, thanks for helping Mickey Mario, and you know, he liked my content because like, oh, I knew you were inspired from Sugar Conroy. And then all of a sudden one day, I haven't seen Ben for like a few weeks, he goes randomly on my stream, oh yeah, did you know my sister is the new Sylvia? I'm like, wait a second, how ironic is this? Ben was a fan of my channel, like one of the first, like before I got 100 subs, he was like one of the first fans, and then after that, like, he says that, I was, like, I think I said hi to you one time, and I think you were a little embarrassed, you didn't say anything back.
Yeah, I'm like super, like, it takes me a long time to warm up to people because like I'm just super shy.
Yeah.
So I probably may have said like hey, or like just quietly like the distance you know, existed.
Right.
Because like I wasn't used to talking to people outside of like my friend group on Discord yet.
Yeah, and like the thing with Ben, it made it so you and I like there was less of that concern of like, you know, being shy, talking and stuff like that, because like, wait a second, Ben,
Yeah.
she's your sister. I'm like, whoa, that's like I did out of all the people like, and he was really like he was very active on my comment section. He'd always say things like, oh, you missed this here, you missed that there, and he would always be helpful. I'm like, and I always thought Ben is like one of my biggest fans back then, but then he disappears for a little while. And then he comes out of nowhere and then says that. I'm like, no freaking way. Small world, isn't it?
Yeah. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have auditioned in the first place. Honestly, I feel like Ben's pulling the strings back there, you know?
Ben's like, he's one of those like, I want to say not like an underdog, but he's someone special, I gotta say.
Yes.
He's like,
yes, exactly.
like he's great at video games. He you know, he got you into Eeveelution Squad.
Yeah, he's definitely really good. Like, he plays Overwatch on the Switch, and like, honestly, he'll tell you that he's better than me. He's not better than me, but like, he's pretty dang good. You know, he's just pretty dang good at it. He's good at a lot of games. Like, I don't know how he does it. He's just like, pick up a game, he'll figure out how to play, and then like in a few minutes, he's good at it. Like, how did you do that? It's not hard. I'm like, yes, it is.
He's definitely talented, I gotta say. Like, most games I feel can be hard when I first pick them up, and it takes like an hour or two to adapt to them, where you finally feel like, okay, I'm kind of getting this.
Yeah.
He's someone special, I gotta say.
Yeah, he picked up Kingdom Hearts and like was good, and like, I don't know, like literally he started building good things, and like you should see his gummy ship. His gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts. It has no like mobility. It's really like slow and sluggish. Dang, that thing is strong. It's really funny.
I'll have to check this out.
I'll have to send you like a picture of something.
Yes, please.
Later.
I'll include it on the screen right now.
It's very funny.
All right, you can send me that later. That'll sound like a blast when I check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like literally just a bunch of like blasters. It's great.
I gotta say, like, your story though for Sylvia, like, you joined in the same time I did. Like, the casting for recasting for Sylvia was like, it was a different page, but it was like it was released the same time for public tryouts, and then it was cast the same thing. I think it was January 11th, 2019.
That's when it was cast. Yeah,
yeah, that's when it ended. That's when mine as well. And the only like difference I gotta say, most of the stuff I gotta say is a similarity between you and I for like the casting. The only difference was like I really wanted the role, and I felt like I try-harded too much, even though I only tried out twice. Not to hate anybody, but like I see a lot of people that try hard probably harder than me. With like they'll put like 10 auditions, you know.
I feel so bad for them because like they really are trying, and you know what? I'm gonna tell all of you right now, you're all doing amazing, okay? You're going to find a role that's going to be great for you. Maybe it's not with Mickey Mario 64, but it will, like, if you keep trying, you will get somebody, because you all are doing amazing. Keep it up.
Yeah, you all are. I mean, maybe it won't be Eeveelution Squad. There definitely is something out there for all of you, but you can still enjoy the project without being a part of it.
Yes, please continue to support us. We love you all. We think you're all great.
I mean, if it wasn't for all the fantastic support from the fans, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be sitting here with you.
But I just least expected, like, this whole case to... It's like, it's really strange to think of all people, Ben as well. Like, he was the one... Yeah, definitely, yeah. I could say comparable. He is, like, the person pulling the strings.
Yes, exactly. Like... I honestly was like super like, I don't know, should I audition? He's like, just do it, just go for it. You never know. And I was like, okay. So, you know, it was just like this really surreal moment because I was getting ready for an anime convention at the time when the announcement dropped. I believe that day I was dressing as Spider-Punk. So like I was getting my spider suit ready, making sure everything was good. And next thing I know, I get this message, like this email or something from my phone because it was connected to my email.
Yeah. And
saying that like, oh, the role was cast to me. And it was like so surreal. I'm sitting here like getting like I have my spider suit on. Like, I didn't have the mask on yet, but I have my spider suit on. And I'm like, whoa.
I would definitely say getting cast in Eeveelution Squad, like, it felt like something that's probably like a feeling of like excitement you're never gonna feel again.
Yeah, it's honestly super exciting when you like when you get a role in general, like it's exciting, but like that was just like, this is my first like major role. And I know that's like another one of your questions, like, oh, are you a part of anything else? No, I right now I'm not. I want to audition for things, but like I said, I'm really nervous and shy about things, and then getting other people's auditions makes me nervous sometimes. I don't recommend doing it because
Yes. Don't listen to other people's auditions.
Yeah, because when you listen to other people, you're gonna start questioning yourself, and you know what? It's just not good, because you know you've got your own talents. They've got their talents. You've got your own talents, and you can't focus on their talents and think, oh well, they do this better than me, because then you're never gonna get anywhere or do anything. You just have to focus on your own talents. Like same thing with like art or anything like that. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you gotta do. Focus on like improving your own talents, because then before you know it, people are going to be looking at you and being and like saying like, oh well, they do this really awesome too, or like, oh, they're really good at this. And like honestly, it's like just gotta like work on like loving like what you do and how you do it, because
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're going to realize that, oh hey, I'm good, you know. Like honestly, don't listen to other people's auditions, because it'll just make you nervous. That I make that mistake every time. I'm like, oh, let's hear what like this other person did so I can get an idea of what they want, you know. The next thing I know, I'm like, well, I don't want to audition because all these people sound amazing.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like, that's a good example from your statement right there. Like, you know, maybe this is what someone wants when you listen to that, but really though, they could be the exact opposite, because you know you're not the director. Yeah. So it's best to, like, when you're trying out, don't listen to anything. But if you already, like, you know, send out your work out there, I would say that if you do want to listen to something, listen to it after you sent the recording. Like,
yeah, exactly. Just wait.
That's kind of what happened with Brian for me, where I sent mine and then I listened to other people's, and then I felt like I had to send a second one.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought about sending a second one, but I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna do the one. Because like it was like, if I do a second one and then I don't get the part, it's gonna be like, you know.
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of it should be like a no biggie, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's certainly an experience, I gotta say, for being Sylvia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole like ordeal, a whole experience.
So out of all the evolutions, though, I guess I had this as an extra question. Like, what's your favorite then? Like, just in general, not like in the comic.
So, a lot of people are going to be shocked to me to say that it's not Sylveon. I love Sylveons. I think they're great. They're really pretty. They're one of my favorite colors. My favorite evolution is going to have to be Vaporeon.
Oh.
I just love like everything that has to do with like water elemental stuff a lot of the time, like really cool. Like I love, which is funny because my favorite type in Pokemon is like fire and ghost.
Oh, nice.
Like,
so like a Chandelure.
Like, yeah, like I love Chandelure. Chandelure is really great. It's up there on my top Pokemon list. It's like Vaporeon is like really special to me, I guess, because it was like I remember playing when I was younger, playing Pokemon Stadium with my brother, and I would have this team of like evolutions, and I would always use like Vaporeon was like one of my favorites, always. And I just like, I don't know, I really like the color of the Vaporeon and like how pretty and elegant it looked, and like how the sparkles would like on it from like the water and stuff. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Did you ever play Stadium?
Yeah, I have. I've never played it, but I've seen some gameplay. But I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. Like to me, it was just like, oh, this is a really pretty and elegant Pokemon, and I really loved it. You know?
Yeah, like Vaporeon, I gotta say, well, for one, it's in my Heart Gold Let's Play. I'm using one because it's great. But I gotta say, Vaporeon's like it's definitely if I was to like if Leafeon or Espen didn't exist, I would definitely pick Vaporeon.
Vaporeon's great. I love Vaporeon.
Or Jolteon.
Surprisingly, it's not like my favorite Pokemon though.
What is your favorite Pokemon then?
That's complicated.
Same for anything really.
It's always been Charizard like all my life. But when I was introduced to Mimikyu, and I don't know, like people, controversial opinion right here. I don't like Pikachu. I feel like it's really overrated. It's not really that strong of a Pokemon. And honestly, like it's better as Raichu.
Yeah,
like,
same. I agree. Like I feel like Raichu's more. I like Pikachu more when I was younger, but then as you grow up, you start to hear people's opinions about like, oh, it's not that good, and then like, sure, it's the mascot and all, but I think Raichu's better. The original Raichu, not the Alolan one.
But oh, well, I love Alolan Raichu too. I think it's really cute.
I think it's okay.
I love Psychic type Pokemon too, so it's like, you know. Mimikyu. I was introduced to this Pokemon. It's a ghost type, which, you know, already was like, oh, cool. A fairy type, which was a new type that I started taking a liking to. And it looks like Pikachu, but it's not Pikachu, and it just wants to be loved because it's this terrifying creature. And, like, I was just like really drawn to it. Like, it's just like I love it. I think it's really cool and really cute, and like it's got that Pikachu motif.
Yeah.
Like it's its own Pokemon that does its own thing, and like I love it and I respect it, and it's just really great.
Yeah, like unlike most generations that have a Pikachu clone, this is actually like completely different, where it's meant to trying to cosplay it. It's literally trying to be Pikachu, but like I honestly would accept Mimikyu as it is. Like I don't care, you know. I love it. I love Alola in general though. So oh yeah, Guzma.
Yes, Guzma.
It's your boy. It's your boy. Guzma.
Yes, exactly.
Team Skull's great.
Yes, he is. Yeah, it's so recently though I've been having trouble because like Charizard's always been my favorite. Love Charizard. It's a cool Pokemon. That being said, I don't really care for Gen 1 as much, sorry.
Same.
Like, it's okay. It's obviously the original and respect it. But,
it's got some diamonds in the rough, but there's better generations.
Charizard's always been one of my favorites, and like, I was introduced to Mimikyu, like I said, and now I'm just like, is it Charizard? Is it Mimikyu? What's my favorite? I don't know. I love them both.
They're
a
great.
Lot. Well, I will say that I have Mimikyu plushies and pins and stuff, but I don't have anything like that for Charizard. I have cards, but like nothing like that for Charizard.
It's understandable.
Yes.
I mean,
but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite really Pokemon is Porygon Z. I don't have any plush for it, but I have cards of it.
Porygon Z is so cool looking.
I love it. Compared to Porygon 2, it's just a radical design.
Yes, it's honestly like super like. I don't know how to describe it.
It's
like
chaotical, but it's good chaotical.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I also like. I love just like a lot of Pokemon and Alola in general too. I've always really loved Johto. Up until recently, I said that Johto was my favorite, but now I'm like starting to say like maybe that Alola has taken over that. My family's gonna be shocked when they hear that. They're like, "What? She likes Alola best?" I don't know. Something about Alola just like really clicked with me. I don't know what it was. Like, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to play the next Pokemon game because I loved Alola so much.
It's just like Hawaii.
It was just like, I don't know. Something like about it was. It felt like. It's weird to say, but like it felt like home, kinda. Like, I know that sounds really weird, especially considering it's like a video game.
Right.
But, like, something about it just felt like really like home. I loved it. It really clicked.
Well, I mean, comparable. I don't know about like the area you live for California, but like there's a lot of beaches and stuff. Maybe that's why you felt it was like at home.
Maybe because like there are a lot of beaches. Like I don't live near the beaches myself. Like they're a ways away. But yeah, there's a lot of beaches, and I love the beach a lot. Like there's it's just like, I don't know, maybe that's why, but like I don't know. It was just something about it. Just really love, Alola.
Alola's a hard one for me to place. Like, I like it quite a bit. I have a lot of good memories with it. It was the last Pokemon game I played before I graduated from high school. I got like a lot of my friends into it that I had at high school. 'Cause it's hard to get, friends in school in general.
Yeah.
But like it felt good because I got a friend of mine to get like an actual 3DS. He got the games, he loved it, and it was his first Pokemon game ever. And that's one of my experiences. Like I was like on Skype with him and stuff like that. I helped walk through him the game, and I just told him all the weaknesses and stuff. The Pokemon, like it was a great game for my personal experience, and I'm sure it was like one of my favorites for my friends as well. But Alola's a hard one to place. Like it's kind of like of its own like specialty for me. Like the other generations are great, but Alola, like I feel like it's the last Pokemon game that didn't have controversy as well.
It was like it was also like really like unique with what it did too. Like it was like a traditional Pokemon game, but not, because it also had like this other stuff going on,
Yeah.
Really good. It was different, and it was new, and like people didn't like it because of that, but then like also people really loved it because of that. So
I liked it because it got rid of HMs. They had the photo thing, kind of like a little, people want Pokemon Snapback with the Rotom.
but that was fun. I loved that.
I didn't use it as much, but it was great.
Not that Pokemon like Sun and Moon and like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon don't have like faults, because they do. There are things that I would fix if I could like redo the game.
Right.
But like, every game has its faults though. So like admit it, guys. Your favorite game has problems. Don't lie to me. There's no such thing as a perfect game.
Exactly. There are problems with a lot of games.
Yes. Like it's like you love it despite all those problems,
Exactly.
Really good.
Well, probably should move on to the next question then.
Like we're going off on a tangent again about Lola.
When don't we? Like that's the last section. But I guess the last part I'll bring up, because we already answered the middle portion, was like, was there anyone else you feel was going to get the part besides you for Sylvia?
Trivy, I really did think that she was gonna get the part. I honestly did. Like, I remember talking to her and like listening to her audition. I was like, oh, this is really good. She's really well, At the time, I didn't know like Intervy's gender, so I said they. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this one's really good. This person, they're great, really good one. I don't think I'm going to make it because I think that the people are going to like this person better,
Right.
And next thing I knew, like it was just like it was a whole surreal thing. Yeah, I remember she'd be commenting on my stuff, and I was like, oh, well, they seem really nice, and like we talked a little bit, and then I listened to her audition, and I was like, oh well, they're probably gonna get the part. I'm probably not going to. Seem like they already know their way around this stuff,
Yeah.
So like I was like really like, oh well, it's not that big a deal. I don't get the part. Oh well. I ended up getting it, and I was shocked.
Yeah, she ended up getting another part, Miss Molly. She did play a Gardevoir in a previous chapter, though.
I actually went back and listened to that chapter because Ben told me, oh yeah, person did voice acting for the series before. And I was like, oh really? And he was like, yeah, So he showed me her episode, and I was like, oh, that's cool, That was like my first time like actually watching the dub, well, other than like to listen to Sylvia,
Yeah, exactly.
So like, and then after I got the part, I literally went back and watched the entire series because I was like, I gotta now. Like I gotta know, I gotta now because I have the part and I need to know the story.
I mean, you and I were pretty much the same. We didn't really know what Eeveelution Squad was until like the dub, and of course your brother introduced it to you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm really glad he did, because I wouldn't like be sitting here talking with you, have all these awesome friends. I met you, I met WeeMonkey too, which he's not associated with the dub, but like he's a fan, and Ben introduced me because of that.
Yeah, WeeMonkey. I didn't even know, like, I knew him, I found him through you and Ben, and I don't even know he was
Yeah.
a fan of the dub, and I don't know he knew what it was, but like he's got his own stuff, and I feel like he needs to like he's an underrated creator. Like he's done some great stuff.
Honestly, he's amazing. Like he's got some great stuff out there. His streams are always a lot of fun. I mean, like your streams are a lot of fun too. I don't want to like.
No, it's okay. I think my streams are pretty overrated. I gotta say his. He needs some attention. Like he does a great job with the layout. I especially love his, and he's getting more into streaming as well.
I love his layout because like I can see like I actually will test like the delay, like typing a message in chat. I'm like, okay, so this is like how long it's gonna take for him to respond to it, or like something like that. And, like so like has his messages up on the side. I just love the way he has everything formatted. He's really fun to talk to. His streams are always a lot of fun to be in, Then his videos are really awesome. He's really creative and like really talented when it comes to like his 3D models and stuff. Like those are just awesome.
Yeah, he's a great user of Blender, and I just love his the Jolteon, like the stories of Jolteon and stuff like that. That's great.
It's really cool,
He certainly got. I gotta say, he could probably get a job at like the Pokemon Company. I'm sure.
Honestly, yeah, he's really good.
If they gave him, I'm sure if like he got a job there and he showed him the skills and stuff, they could probably give him better tools and stuff to work with, and he can improve.
Honestly, he's just really great. Like, and he's a great guy too. Like,
yeah, he's really understandable and stuff.
Yeah, really awesome.
I could certainly say he's got a definitely good future with his channel, but I hope he keeps up the good work because he deserves more praise than he has right now. Like he's certainly a unique channel that like is a diamond in the rough out there with the millions upon billions of channels on YouTube.
Yeah. Exactly. Sorry, I'm like.
It's okay. I mean, I think we're just starting to get off the Eeveelution Squad stuff, then we'll go into voice acting anyways.
Yeah. So let's see. Where are we right now? We got
voice acting experience and stuff. Like I was gonna say, what do you use for recording though?
For recording, I actually just use a free program, Audacity. So like, honestly, I don't pay for like any of my recording stuff because I'm broke,
Yeah.
But so Audacity is like a free program. Pretty sure it's free.
Yeah, it's free. A lot of people use it. I know a lot of the voice actors do. I used to use it. I just stopped using it because the programs I pay for come with a video recorder, and it's really no different. It's Adobe Audition, but like you need to download plugins to Adobe Audition comes with everything. I'm sure there's plugins for that as well, but it's a lot more basic, I feel. Audacity. I lost what I was gonna say.
I mean, I won't say it's not because like honestly it is, and like I have issue with like echo, and that might just be my surroundings.
I have issue with echo right now. The location I'm in has like no furniture. But when I'm at my parents' house, there's like almost no echo. But that's definitely a big problem. Is like people have echo, and they have to end up buying that like $50 sheet foam you stick on the wall, and like it stops echo.
Yeah, my husband has some, and he said you might give me some because I do this. But like, it's like I don't really like the echo. Like that's one of my biggest pet peeves when I go to listen to the dub and I hear my own voice. I don't mind hearing my own voice. I mind hearing the echo. I hear the echo like. Especially like with certain lines, I'll hear it more than others, and it irritates me because I'm like, well, I know it can be better quality than that because this mic that I have isn't cheap. It's my brother's mic. It's a Blue Yeti.
Oh, nice.
So I know it's decent quality, but so I know it like can produce good sound, but I always get the echo because like I'm not properly like foam walls.
Yeah, you're just in a smaller environment, and it's not like exactly a recording studio, gotta say.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, like,
this is giving me memories of like my worst recording studio I was ever in, and it wasn't even my own.
I feel that.
There was like this college, my college is a community college, and there was this really bad setup, and this guy was supposed to be manning me, but like the playback I could hear in my ears was louder than my own voice, and I was deaf by the end of it pretty much.
Oh my god.
And it was horrible. Like I don't know if you ever felt this feeling before when you can't hear yourself talking. It's horrible. Even when you plug your own ears, but like the volume was so loud. I didn't sound like myself at all. I said, screw it, I'm gonna record at home, even though it's technically lower quality. But like, I'd rather do things myself than have other people help me sometimes in a case like that, because like Audacity's great. It's great for people to get started. Definitely go download Audacity if you guys are trying to start for you know, voice acting and stuff. Unless you're on a phone, I don't know if they have on phones for Audacity.
Yeah. I mean, even if you like record your lines on a phone, it's not terrible quality.
Yeah, it depends on the software, how good the encoding is built in. The mic, of course, is another thing, and the environment. That's like the three things I can think of mainly.
Oh.
Some people will say it's your voice, but it depends on the person, really.
I've heard of YouTubers like straight up going into their closet to like record things.
Yes,
like that's understandable.
Yes, that's. I don't even have a closet, but it works. I live in an attic. People will say. Interview especially says I live in an attic, and apparently, I guess it just has bad echo. I mean, no, bad, good, no echo. Jeez, I can't even get the terminology right. But
it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, your voice, I think, sounds perfect for voice acting. I would say you definitely have the, you know, everything going for you. I could say you should try out for more roles if you feel like you feel suited, but you said, you know, the shy deal. It's hard to get away from. Like, Brian was my first voice acting experience. Besides, like, Let's Playing, as you could say, because you voice characters on there for, like, speaking dialogue and stuff, but, like, don't know if I should count that. I probably should, though.
Well, I mean, it's technically you doing a voice for a character, even though it's not, like, you know, canonly for that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know, like, I hear, like, a lot of things, though, about people, like, not wanting to hire people from YouTube, and I'm like, that's really messed up, because there's a lot of talented people on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why Casting Call Club's pretty great, because you can get people from YouTube, like, into the scene of voice acting.
Casting Call Club is really a cool site, and I'm so glad my older brother found it. And if he hadn't found it, I wouldn't have, like, had an account already, so...
I didn't even know what it was until Eeveelution Squad.
Yeah, my older brother found it because he actually voiced, I don't know if I was supposed to say, he voiced something in, somebody's... Like, I don't know if he's embarrassed or, like, whatever. Voiced somebody's, like, character in, like, this Minecraft thing or something.
Oh, I could see why he'd be embarrassed, but...
It's like he's not necessarily, like, embarrassed by it, but, like, the whole project failed.
Oh, okay.
He still got paid for it, so...
Well, that's good.
More of a professional, though, technically, because he got paid.
Yeah, I mean, that happens quite a bit with projects on Casting Calls. Like, it'll drop off, and, you know, they, like, whether it be because of age, they don't have the right equipment, which... I think something people should do is, like, no matter how bad your equipment is, as long as you can make something, make it. Like, sure, render times might be long, sure, your voice might not sound the best, but you should still try to make it, because if you don't make anything, then you don't have a start.
Exactly. You gotta try. You gotta at least try. Because, like, if you don't, then you'll never know.
Exactly. That's what I live by, is, like, if, like, it's your own personal experiences, and if you don't do that experience, then... no one else can do it the same as you, because you're your own self. You have your own voice, talent, skills, and I'm sure you're good at something. You just need to try.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out. You gotta try a bunch of different things. You know, eventually you're gonna find something you like. You know,
right?
You never know.
I mean, I still feel like I'm searching for what I want to become, but, like, I guess, you know, voice acting is nice. It certainly was something that I'm glad I could set into when I was just, like, I found Eeveelution Squad randomly through the YouTube recommendation feed, which, you know, that's the most random thing on earth, I feel like.
Yeah, honestly, I get weird stuff in my recommended all the time. I'm like, this is interesting. And sometimes I find things I really like. Other times I'm like, this should not have been recommended to me at all.
Yeah, There has been some community guideline stuff that is broken recommended to me, I gotta say, but just randomly for no reason. I don't even know why. Like, sometimes YouTube will just do that. And they have the trending tab now. They added, like, a few years back, and it's something. YouTube's its own thing. But
it's definitely something.
Yeah. But I've gotta say, though, I'm glad I found Eeveelution Squad. It set me up for a community like Eeveelution Squad. The community is very open. Probably it's not as much nowadays. It was definitely a good starting community, but it's nice because it allows you to grow from there. And it's like everyone needs to find a start somewhere, and maybe like, you know, you trying I feel like the first start is, you know, independency, just being independent, doing things yourself. But then you got to find like, you know, someone to be supportive of, and then after that, then you can try to be independent again. Or if you want to find another outing that's good, there you go.
Yeah, you just gotta try things, basically.
Right.
You never know. You find something like super cool, and like you might not have been a fan of it at first, but then you know you find it and you're a fan now. Like us over here, like, oh yeah, we both like know the whole thing now.
One thing I'm glad about, yeah, exactly. But a lot of the voice actors, you can relate with them a lot. They're not exactly immature. I would say I haven't exactly really had any bad experience with any of them. Most of them, though, they like a lot of the stuff we like, you know, Nintendo games, Pokemon, the obscure Pokemon games like Mystery Dungeon, Ranger, stuff like that. They're relatable. They have similar experiences and stories, and that's one thing I like. And there was a new one too, like Victini's. His name was like Crumby, I think it was. I got to talk to him. Like, he seems like a pretty cool guy. He already has like an Outside Island Link as his profile picture. I'm sure that'll be something good to talk to him about.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy already. I kind of want to talk to him too, but I'm also like, no, it'll take me a while because, like I said, I'm shy.
Right. I mean, I was too. My parents would always call me bashful when I was younger.
It's like I've always just been like the shyest one in our family. I don't know, like it's just always been a thing. It's hard. It was like always hard for me to like talk to people that I didn't know already, and then but like once I know somebody, I won't shut up.
Yes, that's how I am.
Yes, exactly. You understand.
Once you talk about something you love, you'll just feel endless nonsense from your mouth, even though the person you're talking to, you know, it's not nonsense because they get you.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you have no idea what you're saying until like you're done. You're like, wait, what was I talking
Yeah.
about? What was this about?
What was that, like 10-part video game? No.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
you know, movie or comic or whatever. There's just so many great things to gush about. I guess it's kind of like, I guess it's really not nerd stuff people will say nowadays. It's more like geeky, or like, now people will say like weeaboo or
Yeah.
I don't even. There's a bunch of new terms people come out online. The internet slang, like I don't even know what meme was. Like I know it was like it was a thing back in like 2010, early 2009, but I didn't even know the term meme until like 2014.
Really?
Yeah, like, well, the thing about me is, my parents, as I said before this, we said during about internet already, was like, I lived off of dial-up, and my parents were very strict about who got on the internet.
Yeah, so are my parents. They're pretty strict, but like, I guess because I'm older than you, I kind of like do this stuff a little bit before too.
Right.
But, like, yeah, my parents are really strict about things too, and it's literally just for my own protection, and I understood, you know. I mean, I ended up making friends and stuff anyway. But like, you know, our parents, like, even if like they're just there to protect us.
Yeah, they are.
They know.
I gotta thank my parents for a lot of stuff. Like, sure, you start to hate them later on. Like, I want to move out. I want to do this independently. But like, they still do things to help you survive.
Yeah, they're literally just doing the best they can. Most of the time, they're just trying to help you, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some bad parents out there, but like, it's really best to like be mature about your parents and just, you know, relax, cool down, and like, you know, at least they're providing food for me and a place to sleep.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes they'll get on your nerves. Sometimes, you know, I know there's like bad parents out there, and I don't even want to touch on that because that's a really touchy subject, and I know a lot of people don't want to talk about that either. But, like, you know, the parents that, in my experience, my parents have always been like really good and really supportive, and like I'm honestly really lucky because my parents are like super supportive of like me wanting to do art, voice acting, all that stuff, and I know there's not like a lot of parents who are, you know.
Right.
It's, I honestly got really lucky with parents.